Yes, people, I am back. I am back for another day. Obviously, Florian Friday happened yesterday. I was at work. I couldn't really do a stream, so I thought, why not today? Why not today? Just wake up from the night shift and bring you the the most important signing of the summer, the most expensive signing of the summer, and this is a player everybody wanted around the world. It was just about Liverpool. Obviously, in the Premier League, Man City wanted him. Bayern Munich wanted him. Real Madrid wanted him. So he chose Liverpool over every other team. And that should tell you, how far we've come as a team as well. Yeah, guys, I'm excited, man. I'm over the moon that we got a player like this through the door. And he wanted nothing but Liverpool Football Club. I've got a lot of things, obviously, to show you in regards to the transfer. I'm gonna go on Sky Sports, obviously, and talk about what they've been saying about him as well. And we're gonna go to the Twitter, profiles and look at what's been said about Florian Wirtz. But listen, the most important signing of the summer is here. Liverpool are gonna go elsewhere to look for a striker. I know that we've had new information about Isak not coming to Liverpool. But listen, Isak is not be or end all. We could get another player instead of him. And you know which one I always say? Alvarez is the one for me. If it's impossible to get Isak, let's go for Alvarez. Then, it levels everything up if you know what I mean on the pitch. So we're always going to need a striker. I have put a poll up saying, would you be okay without a striker next season? Let me just see how far it's gone. 41% no and 59% yes. So either way, we'd be fine, but I prefer if we had a striker that can lead the line for us and take the pressure off the likes of Salah so we could, get more goals, more creativity and win the games that we normally struggle in. Because, with Liverpool, what do they struggle with the most? Deep line defending teams, lower of the table teams. So if we could sort that out, would be fine, if you know what I mean, guys. But please do me a favor before, obviously, everything. Hit the likes, subscribe, and support me in the chat, man. As always, I can see already a lot of people are on. Appreciate that, man. I was meant to be with my brother Hussam yesterday, but I couldn't make it because I was in the night shift. I said they had a great show. They had K-Mac, Jerry, Mike, I think the American dude, that's his name. I've done it with him before. And of course, Jamie Phillips and Hussam. It was a brilliant show, guys. You need to go and check that out. It was funny at the same time as well. There's a little bit of row going on and, disagreements and all that stuff. I like that kind of shows, you know what I mean? It's because it's honesty, It's Liverpool show. It's all about honesty. And I saw Mr. Scottish Bear dominating that stream as well. Big up Scottish Bear, bro. Big up, man. I could see his messages already there. CJ, big up, brother. Emperor of Cork, big up. You're back again. One of the oldest fans, as he said to me last time, of course. Daryl, my guy, big up my guy, and big up my guy. Michael West is back in the building. My brother Faisal's there. Duster's in the house. Keep the chat coming, man. Let's enjoy this together. Let's discuss what we need to discuss. I want to hear from you what you need, obviously, as a player profile wise. Since we signed, obviously Kerkez is coming. He's already agreed the deal. He's on his way. He's the next, obviously, player we're going to unveil. What's after these three? Frimpong, Kerkez, and Wirtz. What's your preference after that? Obviously, as a striker, we already talked about striker, but after these kind of things, do we need a DM? Do we need a centre back? Do we need something else in the wing? I mean, what is your preference to make us the most dominant team in probably in Europe? Let's just put it that way, because we're only one or two players short of dominating the whole of Europe, not just the Premier League. I think the Premier League is already on lock. I think we've got the players that we need. It's just the final details for other competition. Because, you're gonna go if you're gonna be like fighting for every competition, you're gonna go over 60 games in it. So what do you need to make us, even more powerful than we already are? That's what it's all about. So let me go on Sky Sports and show you what they said as soon as this transfer happened. I'm not a Sky Sports fan, of course. They're Man United fans. They're those guys. They've always been behind Man United, not Liverpool. Then the years, the Premier League was made for Man United, not Liverpool. The older ones know that, of course. I think Sky tried to buy Man United in the 90s. That's how far they go with Man United. So this is why I don't really, connect with Sky that much. But obviously, they talked about it. There's a video here. We could discuss, obviously, during the video what you guys think as well. So, yeah, like I said, bring me the players that you think can make us even more powerful, because that's what I want to do. I want to be more dominant. No more, the bride. I want to be, the person who's in charge of everything, the king of kings. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to do.
Are you ready?
That's it. There you go. DX, man. DX, my generation. D Generation X. That's what it's all about. So yeah, let's look at Sky Sports, but keep the chat coming in. I will read it out, no problem. And we could discuss it along the way as well. So there you go, people. Let's see what they're saying.
Wirtz is a red. That's exactly what the club have said on their X page. I've got Michael Bridge and Mark McAdam next to me to react to this big breaking news straight away. Michael, Florian Wirtz is a red. What a huge deal for the Premier League champions.
Huge deal for Liverpool. Of course, they didn't spend much at all last season, but they are going to spend, and they have spent big this summer. They not only want to retain the Premier League, Jasper, they want to do better in Europe next season as well, domestic trophies as well. It's a huge, huge signing for Arsenal. Of course, the boost of Virgil van Dijk's new contract, Mo Salah's new contract last season, and more to come as well. What a phenomenal signing for Liverpool Football Club, and rightly so. They are very, very excited, the supporters.
Liverpool, the Premier League champions that have got their man. We've been talking about it, haven't we, for the course of this week.
You see, people like we was discussing. We had a good show yesterday. Let me just put it that way. I wasn't like the hyper Fozzy that's going mad on the screen, pressing the buttons everywhere. It was an actual good conversation between me and the chat yesterday, and we were just discussing like Florian Wirtz and etc. As you can see, guys, we beat a lot of teams towards that, and the most important thing here is it's the biggest teams in European football. You know what I mean? Maybe the world. So if you're beating your rivals to signings like this, you're, at the top level now. So you can't really come back from there. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. So this is why when we sign, obviously, these three, we need to get a striker in to take us to levels that we haven't experienced since the 70s and 80s. You know what I mean? That's what we want to do. And beating off... The most important thing is, for me, what I liked about this transfer is Man City was already there. Bayern Munich was already there before us. We found that, the boy wants to leave. Frimpong came to Liverpool. Most probably spoke to Frimpong and asked him about his best mate, obviously Florian Wirtz. And then Frimpong probably talked to him. Liverpool are interested. What do you think? And then as soon as he met up with Liverpool, obviously flying to England, it was a no-brainer. Straight away, he said, this is where I want to be. This is how I want to develop as a footballer. Not money, related, not Hollywood kind of stuff. I just want to be the best player that I can be. And the way we behave as a fan base in our football club, especially, during us winning the league last season, there's nothing like that. Nothing close to that in world football. I mean, so if you want to be part of that, Liverpool is your football club. If you want to develop as a footballer, be one of the best in the world, be a Ballon d'Or contender, Liverpool is your place. You're just going to be another player in other teams, aren't you? Bayern Munich, they got Musiala, that's their main player. You got Man City, Haaland is their main player. You come to Liverpool, it's everyone together. Whoever shines, shines. Yes, Salah is there and Van Dijk is there, and all these other McAllisters and all that stuff is there. But if you shine, you will get your rewards. And this is what he's seen with Liverpool Football Club. And, us as fans, we play a big part, the way we behave as well towards players. We don't really criticize players. We don't really have a go at players like other teams, even when we're like struggling in the league or, European Cups. We just get on with it. What's next? We go again. And this is what attracts players towards us, guys. And this is why all the players want to join Liverpool, not just because we're champions. It's the way we behave as a football club as well. And this is why the likes of Florian Wirtz, the best player in Germany, has joined Liverpool Football Club. I mean, now he's gone on holiday. He done his photo shoots, and he's off on holiday with his family. That's what it's all about, guys. And there's a lot of things Liverpool Football Club does as well. We do the background checks on players. If you know what I mean, guys, is he suitable to Liverpool? Is he going to be a person who's going to disrupt our football club in the future? Things like that. And Florian Wirtz is not that type of player. And I wouldn't worry about, after the 5 years, what's going to happen with him. I think he will sign a contract again. He'll be 27, 28. You know what I mean? So not many clubs look at players that age. If you know what I mean, they look for younger players. And the way we behave as a football club towards our stars keeps them at the football club at the same time as well. So let's just be Liverpool Football Club. That's all we're asking for. But let's continue. And then obviously we're going to discuss further. We're going to look at the pictures at Liverpool Football Club where he did the photo shoot yesterday and what he said as well. I've got a little footage of him, about 1 minute. So let's do that as well. Appreciate everybody that's on. Please hit the likes and subscribe and all that good stuff. I will read your messages. So just put the messages, obviously, on the chat and then we could discuss it further. My voice nearly went. Very awkward. Let me just put it that way.
Week. And when he made that initial interest to Liverpool known, and he made it clear that he had one destination and one destination only for his next move, and it was the Premier League and Liverpool. That's where Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards went to town. They started to prepare an offer that they feel could satisfy Bayer Leverkusen, but also satisfy someone that has that kind of a price tag and convince him that the destination of choice was to be a Liverpool player. And after what has been a long week of negotiations, he came over to the UK last night. He started the medical this morning, and it's been confirmed by the football club now. When you talk about making an impact in the transfer window, when you talk about big signings and real statement of intents, Liverpool are doing it right now, not just with Florian Wirtz, but with Jeremy Frimpong. They're on the verge of Milos Kerkez. Yeah. Right now, if you're a Red, you are loving life.
And you've brought up something there. Last season, Arne Slot did brilliant with Jurgen Klopp's squad. We're now going to see a new look Liverpool.
Oh, man. That's what I meant to say as well. I don't think I actually mentioned that to you. Great point by this guy, sports pundit, of course. Last season, obviously, we had restrictions, as you call it. Like, we couldn't do a lot because Arne Slot didn't really, have a full preseason with the team. So, all that locks that we had, all those locks we had on the players not to do certain things, is going to be released next season. So it's going to be more free flow football, if you know what I mean. And I think that's going to help us, dominate games more next season. So look, keep an eye out for that. As I said, even with the centre backs, if you look at Klopp's team and Arne Slot's team, it's two different teams. If you look at the centre back positioning, if you know what I mean. So you look at Van Dijk and Konate, under Klopp, they were high up the line, near the halfway line. With Arne Slot, they are deeper. They're just about, outside the box. So that's two different ways of formation, if you know what I mean. And not only that, what our centre backs do now, they pass through the lines, if you know what I mean, to players that find a position that's freer, obviously, in midfield. And I like that. I really like it because it makes your team look even better. If you look at Gravenberch, what's his strong point? Collecting the ball, turning and running towards the opposition half and making that final third pass to Salah or whoever's free, and we get a goal from that. So next season, we're going to have a lot of that, especially with this Florian Wirtz in the team. He's going to play as a number 10 from what I've heard. He's not going to be out wide on the left or on the right or whatever it is. He's going to be the supporting attacking midfielder to the striker. So although we have Szoboszlai in that position, Szoboszlai could be playing in a deeper position to do those long diagonal passes from midfield. So you got the DM position for Gravenberch that could, turn players and, run towards the opposition half of the ball. And you got Szoboszlai that can stay deep sometimes and just pin the ball left, right, center, wherever you want to go. And you got McAllister, that's, the best midfielder that we have. When he plays, he's going to be, more aggressive, more, attacking kind of passing, if you know what I mean, through the eye of a needle passes towards the striker and all that stuff. So it's going to be very interesting. But you're asking yourself, how can these players play in the same team? You're playing a lot of games, and the World Cup next year, isn't it, as well? Next season. So it's the World Cup year as well. So you have to rotate the squad somewhere, somehow, that we couldn't do last season, which is why we haven't won the Champions League. Let's just be honest. If we had enough players, I think we would have won the Champions League as well. But there's a reasons for that, because we didn't have enough depth. So next season, we will have the depth, we will have the power, obviously, to go for every competition that we can. And I like that, because squad rotation is important. Not only does it refresh the players, it makes the players, be on their toes a lot. You know what I mean? If I slip up and not play to the standards that I want to, obviously the club wants me to play, I'm going to lose my position. And that's what's going to happen with the players. So you're going to see high quality performances next season from our players. And the experience counts. I know you guys worry about experience, about, certain players leaving and all that stuff. But what's more experience than you winning the Premier League? I mean, that's what I've been trying to tell people. If you win trophies, major trophies, experience is already there. So we don't need to worry about who's going to make the tea in the cafeteria and all that stuff. Move on from that, man. Next steps of Liverpool Football Club is dominance, and that's the way we all want to go. That's what it's all about. But let's continue with this for a bit, then I'll come to the chat.
Or under Arne Slot, aren't we?
Absolutely. I think this is a statement of intent, and it always reminds me of one thing that Sir Alex Ferguson always used to say: you strengthen when you're at your strongest.
There you go.
And that's what Liverpool are doing right now. That's what Liverpool are doing in the window. They are going to town to go and get the best players that fit in Arne Slot's system. And I think, this is going to be such an...
That's an old saying. You strengthen from a position of power. Laser used to say that a lot. He's 100% right. Because why didn't we develop in 2020 after our league championship win? Because we didn't strengthen. Pandemic hit. FSG couldn't afford it. We had issues along the way financially, and we didn't. I remember there was an interview with Oxlade-Chamberlain after the championship when they were in the studio. He said, "This is what we could build up on. We could build up on this and win more championships." And they couldn't do that because they couldn't buy players next season. We bought players that's not going to give us the next steps as we are doing right now. But this time we are doing that. From a position of power, we are strengthening. We're always talking about our rivals strengthening and getting better. What about us? We're getting even better. That's why I said yesterday, 10 points doesn't justify what we did last season. We took the foot off the gas. It should be more than 10 points. Probably, like I said yesterday, 30 points it should be. But let me get to the chat, and we continue, obviously, with this video for a bit. I like to hear, obviously, from pundits that don't support us, and it's a good, good knowledge. You know what I mean? Picking up a lot of stuff probably we don't know about as well. Yeah, smash the likes, man. Appreciate that, bro. 50 likes helps me on the channel. If you could do that for me, I appreciate that. The more likes we get, the algorithm goes up. Everybody in YouTube notices us. And I see CJ and all these guys, they said they've never seen my channel before because YouTube doesn't push me there. So I appreciate if you just hit the likes for me. If you're not subscribing to me and you don't like my channel, it's fine, guys. Just hit the likes for me. You're passing through. Big up Scottish Bear, brother. Always, man. Yes, man. Big up. Yeah, I was gutted. I couldn't go to Husam's channel yesterday. I wish I did. We need a striker. Of course, Emperor of Cork. He says, I joined chat to make it 14. Well, let's go, bro. Let's go. Fozzie, change that annoying pre-show music. It's like, okay. I'll look for something else. You know what it is, bro? The issue with the music is if I put another one, copyrights come in. So they do that's why I have to change, obviously, the music from the regular ones I used to have before. They do copyrights on it. So I always check out what's copyright and what's not. And that one isn't. That's why I use it. But it is, listen, I have to change it up sometimes. You're right, 100%, bro. I agree with you. But big up for that, bro. Big up. Big up, CJ. Yeah, pause. What do you mean pause? Oh, yeah. We need a striker. It's a must, Daryl says. Yes, 100%. I agree with you, man. I think that as well. Big up Michael West. Are you related to Kanye West? I don't know. No striker equal trophyless. Well, really? No, man. Come on. Big up, Eric, man. Thanks for the message yesterday, bro. It really helped me, as a person, because I come on here and I think, what do I have to do to make myself better on YouTube? Sometimes it takes me a while to get going, obviously, because of what I do outside here. Obviously, I work days and nights. It really, distracts my momentum, obviously, on the streams. But your message yesterday and messages before that as well, man, really helps. Really helps when you guys give me that compliments as well. I really appreciate Eric for that. Thank you, my guy. Ravi's in the house. Big up Ravi. Uncle Roz is in the house. Please subscribe to Uncle Roz. You know, his channel is amazing. He's doing some great things over there, as always. Yeah. CJ, I don't think we're going to be trophyless. I mean, we might be concentrating on a Premier League or something like that. But yeah, we do need a striker, bro. I agree with you. Striker, yes, 100%. Incredible show. Big up, Michael. With shows. Yep. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, my guy. Get the likes up, guys. Get the likes up. CJ says we will be trophyless if we don't get a 9. Yeah, as long as Darwin Núñez is not in the building, I'll be happy, man. I mean, I refuse to smash for Bear. Oh, come on, man. Clive, big up. Clive's in the house. Big up, bro. I did see you. I had to come to your comment. Big up, my guy. Big up, bro. What's that they say? Give people a Florian Wirtz. They don't want a striker anymore. Striker and CM, obviously defensive midfielder needed, I believe, unless we promote Besitic. You know what it is, guys. I said that yesterday in yesterday's show. I don't think everyone was here. So what I said was FSG and crew, obviously Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, they did say, even if we're going to buy Florian Wirtz, there's still money available for a striker. So we are going to go after a striker no matter what. If it's not Isak, it's going to be someone else. So let's just keep an eye on it. If you know what I mean. Let's sell the players and let's get in Kerkez, and then we worry about a striker, because a striker is a must for all of us, and I think a striker is a must for Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards. But let me say something out there, guys. Like we had to go at Richard Hughes and the way he's been behaving, obviously last season, me included. I've got to put it there. But afterwards, I said, you know what? Maybe they are gonna do something next season, and they have, guys. So you got to give them their flowers for for what they did this summer. If they were saving for this summer to get the best players possible for Liverpool Football Club, that's one hell of a way of doing it. If you know what I mean. We won the Premier League, and now we're getting the best players on top of that as well. That's something special, in my opinion, from people that's recruiting for our football club. It's like the old days, isn't it? Get the best players that you can for the football club. So now we've got Frimpong, we've got Wirtz, and Kerkez is coming through the door. And then we go for a striker, hopefully. Especially, like we have to sell some players as well. There has to be ins and outs, if you know what I mean. So that's gonna rise up the money as well. So if you look at, obviously, Wirtz coming in, Kwanzaa's gone the other way, and it slashed the price, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, man, a lot of things happening. About Besitic, I like the kid. Is he a Liverpool player? We don't know. I can't judge him unless I see him with a better team, because the time he played for Liverpool, even though people said he was the best player for Liverpool, it was with a bad team. You know what I mean? He shined around bad players. It was a bad season, as you guys remember. We was conceding goals left, right, and center. I didn't even make the Champions League. We tried right at the end. We finished fifth. You know what I mean? So that's what you got to look at as well. I want to see him around, the Van Dijks, the Salahs, and all these guys consistently, and we could judge for ourselves about Besitic, if you know what I mean. If we're not going to get DM, that is. So yeah, we've got him still at the football club, which is important. Young player, Spanish international. It's Spanish under 21, I think, international. So he's got still time on his side, if you know what I mean. So it's all good. I understand what you're saying, Dustin. You better, man, Emperor. Can't wait for the season to start. Amazing bit of business we've done, my brother says. Yeah, 100%. That's the most important thing at our football club. Business has to be, done, and business has to be continued. Because if we're going to settle for just them three coming in, we're still going to have issues on the pitch next season. So let's just get the final details at the end of it, if you know what I mean. CJ says we will end trophyless with no number 9. I think we'll still get trophies, bro. I honestly think that. The hate we've been getting is so funny. Listen, rival fans are always going to hate Liverpool Football Club. Let's just be honest here, guys. That's how it is. That's how it is. It's always awkward moments, as Paulie D says. It's always awkward, and 100%. Because, these are the players they wanted, and Liverpool are getting these players. Imagine that. I mean, they're being too salty, and now you're hearing, obviously, Pep Guardiola saying the club bought Jerky. So if you're passing Jerky to the club, isn't that your player? Oh, so it's a bit of, really? You're saying the club bought Jerky, not you? So it shows. I said it a while ago. I did actually say a while ago that this is not Man City players. They're buying players that they don't normally buy, and it's kind of weird, if you know what I mean. So, and like obviously, Irishman said, they are buying obviously what Liverpool used to buy, and we're buying what Man City used to buy. So when you're at the top, you get the best, as they say, innit? The hate is always going to be there, Fazil. The hate is always going to be there. You know what I mean? What you saying, Fozzy, about the psychology aspect of Wirtz signing, as it's lifting the game of other players, attracting players who want to play for LFC because of Wirtz style ethic. Listen, when you buy the best players in the world, a lot of good players follow those players to that team. If you know what I mean, it shows Liverpool are ambitious. They want to win titles. And as I said many times, Emperor, as I said a lot of times on my streams, like our behavior as a football club does attract players that we don't normally attract in the past, if you know what I mean. So when they see how we party, the way we behave, if you look at football in the modern day, it's not the same as what it used to be. It's more like a business. But Liverpool are the only club that I've noticed that doesn't change a lot, if you know what I mean. They still have the old values, which is when you win trophies, you still act like you're still a team, and the togetherness is all there, if you know what I mean. Because if you look at other clubs, Man City, for example, they spend to win. I mean, Man United, they're trying to spend to win. There's no more, gradual, like start slowly to get to the top anymore. It's all about spend. If we get it right, we get it right. If we don't, we don't. That's how it is. Or we change a manager, every single time and all that stuff. As Man United are doing that, Chelsea are doing as well. So that's what I like about our football club. The old values are still there, which is, the togetherness, and everything that we do is the Liverpool way, if you know what I mean. Even with FSG being there still. So I can't argue with FSG at the moment. Really, I can't say FSG, yeah? I can't say anything about FSG. I'm all in with FSG, what they're doing at the moment. But is this going to be continuing, or is it going to be, here and now and all that stuff? I don't want to do that. So if we continue success and they spend in the right way, obviously the right players every season from now on, my hashtag FSG is gone. It's binned. That's how I am as a human being. So yeah, but like I said, Emperor, it's all about the way our football club behaves, and it attracts a lot of good, great players, like Wirtz and all that stuff. And I'm hoping many more to follow, because the way we are as a football club is something that everyone wants to be part of. There's no togetherness like this in any other football club. Arsenal, you could say, Man United, Man City. There's nothing like that. That's why they steal our songs. That's why they want to beat us. I mean, they want to be Liverpool Football Club, all the other teams. That's why we're the most hated club in the Premier League, because we don't copy anyone. We don't do copyrights. We're just Liverpool Football Club. That's what we are. And it hurts the other teams. I saw my mate Hamza writing about Liverpool. Oh, they bought Florian Wirtz for, 150 million euros. I said to him, mate, we're at the Euros. Do you know that UK's at the Euros? Like, are you living in England or what, man? Like, why are you talking about Euros still, man? We're not part of that anymore. I destroyed him with that one comment. So yeah, now he's humbling himself. It's crazy. It's crazy the way our rivals are behaving. But as I said, Emperor, we're gonna get obviously a lot of good players looking at us in the near future, and hopefully we could get a lot more through the door as well, my brother. And of course, extra income with prestige brands, ethic. Yeah. Adidas. We're back with Adidas, innit? Adidas was our main, obviously, sponsor in the 80s, and obviously in the 90s and the 90s. So yeah, it's good to have that back. That German sponsor with us and them. The relationship we had back in the day, it's like being back home, innit? Everything is coming together. Let's just put it that way. Everything is coming together, and long may it continue, man. Long may it continue.
An exciting summer, and there's so many more.
Hang on, man. There's a few people in. Let me. John Conway, my brother, is in the house. Big up, John Conway. Of course, I'm gonna stop a stream for you, my guy. Ravi, yes. Let's just continue to see what they're saying.
rumours that are jostling around as well at the moment, that I don't think Liverpool are finished here. They've spent 100 million, which could rise to 116.5 depending on add-ons, but I don't think it finishes today. This is just the start of their spending, where they are going to build a squad that they feel is capable of challenging at the sharp end of the Premier League, not just for this season, but maybe they could dominate for 4, 5 or even 6 years.
Yeah, okay, we'll talk about the breakdown of.
There you go, people. Like, is a dominance in the future, not just now. Like, the average age in it is dropping dramatically. It's like 24 and below. So if we continue that, like he said, it's the next 5 years dominance. As you guys know, Pep Guardiola will be leaving eventually. So that's one, tick gonna be gone. And if we're gonna just face Arteta, long may it continue, because Arteta ain't no special manager. You know what I mean? The guy spent like almost 100 million and still can't get a major trophy. Yes, he's won the FA Cup, I think, in his first season at Arsenal with the Unai Emery team. But what have you done since then when you spent all that money? Nothing. And not only that, you got to look at Arsenal as well. The players, when they keep on failing consistently, it gets to your head, you know what I mean? And then you think to yourself, maybe it's time to go, or give me more money. It disrupts the whole, momentum in that team. Like, failing 3 times, like 3 seasons in a row, it does hurt players, guys. They don't come back the same, especially losing the title to two other teams. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be Arsenal's season last season, but it didn't become that. It was Liverpool's season. They forget Liverpool can only improve. Liverpool in the last 10 years that are the only team that's been challenging Man City consistently, if you know what I mean. So we was always going to be back if we get the right players in eventually. And Jurgen always does the same, buys leaders. I mean, they tested the first season. We failed due to, outside influences from our club, which is the referees, the bad decisions they gave us that season. And then, we dropped off. But the next season, we came back stronger and we dominated the league. So they forget, like, not 10 years we've been challenging this team. You think we don't know how to win the league title? And, the rest is history. The rest is history, man. And they can't touch us, man. Next season, even if they buy a striker, Arsenal, they're not going to be doing anything. Let's just be honest, man. They needed a striker last season. This season, everyone else is improving. They're improving every area that needs a player in. So even if Arsenal buy a striker, there ain't no difference. They get in Zubimendi and they're getting rid of Jorginho. So you're bringing in Jorginho for Jorginho, like similar players. No physicality, just technical players. So what has changed? I mean, nothing really. So that's what I've been trying to tell people. Nothing will change with other teams. It's still going to be the same. No, I'm not pursuing Ekatike. I'm not even a fan of his. I don't know much about him. He's a youngster, obviously, at Frankfurt. I think that's his team. He's all right, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to pay 80 million for Ekatike. If I could pay 100 million for Alvarez, I'd rather get Alvarez. So this is my target. Like I said in the beginning, get the best players. Don't go for players that have potential, like Nunez and Ekatike. They're only potential. They haven't got no background of winning and delivering on a consistent basis. No, they don't have that. So I'd rather have a person I already know what I'm going to get when I look at him, and that's Alvarez or Isak, either one. That's why Ekatike is a stretch. 80 million they're asking for him. That's too much for a guy that's unproven. Fozzie, I told Husam to get you and Uncle Rod on the show. Have me a thumb up. Yeah, thumbs up. Oh, of course. Come on, bro. Scottish Bear, you're a special guy, bro. I see, like you go around to other YouTube channels and, talk about me to them and Uncle Rod and that. We really appreciate that, bro. Thank you, man. Honestly. I mean, I wish I could do something for you, but, with time, we'll see. I got a few things planned for you guys. Don't worry about that. The guys who are regularly coming on, of course, man. You guys always motivate me to come back. Of course, I'm gonna have to give something back. Now, if we don't get a proven number 9, we still end up a trophy. As CJ says, we have to get a number 9, bro. Don't worry about that, man. Keep the likes coming. Is Scottish Bear says at Fozzie. I disagree with everybody, I think that's what you meant to say. A bit since and I keep a stream hot, but screaming is a head wreck for me. I like data, facts based convo, something I can learn from. Okay, bro. Okay, mate. I don't do stats on or anything like that, bro. If you're looking for a guy who does XG stats, I'm not American, bro. I'm not. I'm from England. Born in Saudi Arabia. Came here as a baby. And that's how I go. My background, obviously. So I'm more of an eye test. I go to the games to see what I want to see. You know what I mean? I'll keep an eye on players or with my own eyes. You know what I mean? All this SD, XG, American thing, it's not for me, man. I'm more of an eye test. Big up, Ravi, bro. Big up, bro. Liverpool and a rampage. 100% right, my friend. 100% right. You know what I mean? If you
smell what the Rock is.
There you go. I can't do the eyebrow, but it is what it is. It's going to be interesting to see how Wirtz and Mo play together. Interesting, Fozzy. Oh, man. I am looking forward to that, Mr. Scottish Bear. Let me give it to you as well. That's for you, Scottish Bear. Listen, Salah was probably the best player last season in world football from what I've seen consistently and the way he played. 29 goals in the Premier League from a guy who plays in the right side. That's extraordinary performances. You know what I mean? That's a striker rate from a winger, basically. Okay, he stayed up the pitch, but he didn't do all around the pitch like a striker does, if you know what I mean. So, and 2 Premier League titles, 1 Champions League, World Club Cup, Super Cup, League Cup, FA Cup. He's completed, pretty much everything that you need to complete. Thierry Henry, if Salah wins another Premier League next season, Thierry Henry might have to, look, what's going on here, like kind of look awkward. It's gonna be awkward for. I'm not saying they're the same players. I'm not saying Salah is a better player, but the trophies, with the 2 most consistent players in Premier League history, has to play there, if you know what I mean. And I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be very for, Thierry Henry. Looking forward to that. I hope he gets his, obviously, the 3rd Premier League title because Salah deserves it. Salah is all about consistency, bro. He's always, delivering the goals that you need him to deliver season in, season out, over 20 goals for a guy who plays in the right wing. What more can we say? Even Ronaldo and Giggs and Beckham, all of them couldn't do that. You know what I mean? Very, very, very talented player. With Wirtz and him, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? It's going to be interesting. Watch the through balls Wirtz does for him. It's like, like I said yesterday, if Coutinho stayed, Firmino, Coutinho, Mane, and Salah, imagine like what we could have been with those 4 in the same team consistently, season in and season out. Now you might get that, if you know what I mean. Now you might see that at Liverpool Football Club, and it's going to be one hell of a ride, people. One hell of a ride. I'm looking forward to it, man. I do want to be in my 60s and I'm still hoping Liverpool to win the league. I don't want to go through things like that. I'm 46, so in the next 4 years I'll be 50. So at this age, I'm happy. Like I'm seeing good things happen to my football club because I waited a long time for Liverpool to be consistent again. And with you guys, young people as well, watching this, finally you're gonna wake up like to what Liverpool is all about as a football club as a whole. Because a lot of us have been telling you down the years, Liverpool is bigger than what you think, mate. You're new, you're born in the noughties or like late 90s and all that stuff, but you only saw the bad side of Liverpool. But if you know Liverpool inside of that, they're bigger than what you think. And this is how we're doing it this season. Can't wait, man. Mo and Wirtz, god damn. Awkward for everybody. As we are doing business, why stop ourselves being even stronger by not getting a striker? Only a fool will stop themselves. You know what I mean? What was good about Man United back in the day? They added to that quality that they already have. And what happened? They won 13 titles. Why? Because they didn't stop. They kept on, changing to the point they became like unstoppable. 13 Premier League titles. They were on 7 before the Premier League. 7 titles. Liverpool by that time was already on 18. And they caught us up and overtook us. Do you think like we can't do that? Come on, man. If you got that opportunity to put your foot on top of the other teams, bringing them down like this, take that opportunity because it might not come around again. The most important thing about Liverpool Football Club compared to other football clubs, we've got a system in play, a head coach, that's there, that's only concentrating on the team and didn't change much from the previous manager. Similarities in every way. And I wouldn't worry about Arne Slot either, guys. Like, at first, I was thinking to myself, he's coming to our football club. Is he using us as a stepping stone to go to Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, or whatever it is? But when I hear him speak more and more, he's all about developing players. He's all about, the next generation and all that stuff at football club. Similar to Jurgen Klopp, but more calmer. He doesn't go on the sideline, running about, losing energy, and then he says, I've got no energy left. He's not going to say that. It's all about the calming influence. So Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards and all these guys, the gang, I call them the gang, they've done a pretty good job, man. And 2 Premier League titles should tell you, how good they've been down the years at Liverpool Football Club. Oh my gosh, 2 Premier League titles and a Champions League under Michael Edwards when he's been here. And I've been criticizing that guy, thinking they did Klopp dirty and all that stuff. We don't know, but you know what I mean. It's madness, absolute madness. Big up, Ravi, as always. Smash the likes, people. Smash the likes. I love it when you guys do that for me, man. I love the likes, so we could become a force. Nobody can mess with us in this channel in the future. That's the whole point of it. Let's go. Yes. I like when people are, talking in the chat to each other as well, interacting. So let me see the poll. 36 votes. Would you be okay with not getting a striker? 47% said yes, and 53% said no. So come on, the no is winning so far. Come on, get that up, people. Get that up. Let me see what CJ is saying. We don't sign a striker trophy less again, bro. I know it's frustrating you, but relax. We will get a striker. I told you we're gonna get those 3. Now we got them, so relax. As I said, there's money already saved for a striker. They told you guys. They told it to your. They told it to your face. They said, even when we sign the Wirtz of this world, when we sign the Frimpong of this world and Kerkez, them 3, we still got money left for a striker. That's what they said. We don't have to sell players. That's what they said. So let's just wait. Relax, man. I told you to relax before. I was getting comments. Oh, Wirtz is not signing. Wirtz is not signing. It's over for us. Now look where he is. He says he wants to win everything with Liverpool. He wants to be at Liverpool. He wants to be here for the long term. That's what he said. So let's relax. Fozzie, how does Mark Gahey improve Liverpool? Okay. With Mark Gahey, Uncle Ross told me yesterday, I spoke to him, obviously on the phone. He said to me, he's not Kwanzaa's replacement. He's more replacement for Konate. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? Konate is still at our football club. Konate did say, obviously, he said, don't listen to the press and all that stuff. When negative stuff was coming out towards him, he did say, don't listen to the press. Just wait. You know what I mean? So I'm believing more of Konate than, the press so far. Gahey is a better player than Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is 22 years old. Gahey is 24 years old. So the experience is already there from Gahey. Gahey captained Crystal Palace to win the FA Cup as well. So when I look at Gahey, he's the number 1 England defender so far. Not very, but you know what I mean. And he's consistently playing for England in the tournaments as well. And he's the leader for Crystal Palace. That's just won their first trophy, obviously, in the FA Cup. Is he quick? No. He's got average pace. What does he bring to Liverpool Football Club? He brings leadership plus, a supporting centre-back like Konate is, like Gomez is, and, like Matip was to Van Dijk. Is he going to be the long-term replacement for Van Dijk? I strongly disagree, because the long-term replacement for Van Dijk, we need something similar to him or closer to Van Dijk. A leader who's got pace, aerial power, and, strength as well at the same time. So if we don't get that, in return when Van Dijk goes, then we're in trouble, in my opinion. We're going to go back to the Skirtle, Mark Wright days, John Scales, Phil Babb, Neil Ruddock, those days. We're going to go back to that. So what we need is a dominant centre-back where strikers fear. I mean, if you look at Van Dijk, what does he do to strikers, even Mbappe's of this world? When they go towards him, they turn the other way. That's the kind of centre-back we need. Gahey is a supporting centre-back similar to the Matips, and of course Konate. That's how I see Gehi, brother. He's 24, so he's got another 5 to 6 years at Liverpool as well. So if he's coming through the door, it's an improvement to what we already have in regards to outside Van Dijk. Let me just put it that way. So yeah, I liked it. I don't think Liverpool is going to sell Kwanzaa without another centre back coming in. That's impossible. That's madness. That's silly. You know what I mean? So come on. Weira, I think that is about Google. Big up on the chat. Musa is in the house. Steve's in the house. Thank you, man. Thank you for coming on, guys. Just keep the chat going. I will respond to you guys as well, of course. I'm going to keep going around to everybody. But yeah, I don't want to keep talking about the Sky Sports thing. So let's get to the Twitter and see what's happening around Twitter. I like this picture, like in regards to the holiday hat, and it's saying it's time. Let me show you guys. It's a bit too big, man. Dang. Oh, pause. I know. There we go. So let's look at it. Yeah, this is how they started yesterday, guys. They said it's time, and they put that. If people don't know about that hat and the sunglasses, it's with him and Frimpong being on holiday together in a boat. So they took a picture with Florian Wirtz wearing this. I like that. It's a good start in it for a person that's coming to Liverpool, of course. And then he went to see the trophies at Liverpool Football Club. So let's check that out. Please like, share, and subscribe for me. I always target 50 likes, obviously, on the streams. If you could do that for me, even if you don't subscribe, thank you. I really appreciate that. I don't push people to do what they don't want to do. So just do that for me, man. Appreciate that. So this is the video, obviously, of him checking out Liverpool's trophy cabinet. And Hamza, who goes to Husam's channel, Football Terrace and all that stuff, started laughing at him, looking at 2 Premier League trophies, not looking about the, not looking at the 18 before that, if you know what I mean, the original trophy for the English League. You know what I mean? Original. Let me just put it that way. And you got 6 Champions Leagues as well. He didn't talk about that, Hamza. You didn't, did you? You talked about other stuff, but you didn't talk about the 6 Champions League, did you? 2 Premier League trophies. That's all you talked about, yeah? You could no longer say we've got the same Premier League titles as Blackburn and Leicester anymore. Very awkward for you now. That's gone. You don't hear that anymore, guys. Have you heard that before? No. There you go. Look at this, guys. He's never seen anything like that in his life, man. He's looking at the trophies, man, and what's to come. Man, I'm looking forward to this player, guys. Honest to God, like this kid is gonna be phenomenal. I already wrote that. I don't know. I wrote it somewhere about him. I said, mate, enjoy the moment because you're gonna be adored by Liverpool fans. You're gonna get a song already made for you. You know what I mean? And you're never going to be like, you're going to be shocked. Let me just put it that way. So this is from Anfield Buzz. It says Florian on Frimpong. It's a really nice thing that we can play together again, Pauls, at a new club, at a bigger club. There you go, people. So there you go. Them 2 at the same club. Frimpong played like a huge part in this. I don't think people talk about that. Probably Klopp came into that as well. Because from what I've heard, Florian Wirtz and his family did ask about Liverpool to a lot of people. Let me just put it that way. And Frimpong, obviously his dad and his brother supports. I don't know if Frimpong supports Liverpool Football Club, but he always talks about his dad and his brother supporting Liverpool Football Club. So he must have told him a lot about our club as well. And, one right back... the snake leaves our club and tries to take players with him down there and to other Madrid and all that stuff. But we've got another right back coming in who's not a Scouser, bigging our club up. See the attitude of people, completely different. Trent, oh what a shame. Snake, man. Snake. Yeah, Gay will improve us, bro. Big up Uncle Rods, man. Please go subscribe to Uncle Rods. He will improve Liverpool Football Club. Don't worry, but I've got no doubt about that. But he's not the Van Dijk replacement. Let me just put it that way, bro. I don't like when people say that. He's good in his own right, but there's no one like Van Dijk. There's never going to be anyone like Van Dijk. Let me just put it that way. But there should be something closer, height-wise, pace-wise, and strength-wise as well, and leadership at the same time. We should get something closer to that. If we don't, then we're in trouble, baby. Let me do. So it's 1 minute, 32 seconds interview with Florian Wirtz. Hopefully there's no music, because that's what they do before every time. I get fed up with it. Don't want no music. I don't want no football game or anything like that either. So let's listen to what he's saying.
It's clear you had some options this summer, including the chance to stay at Leverkusen. So why Liverpool? Why are Liverpool the right choice? I just thought that it was the right point in my career to make a next step. And of course, I wanted to get to a club who's like from the top 3 in the world.
We're not top 3 in the world, my brother. We are the standards. Let me just put it that way. We are top. We are the top of the top. So relax with the top 3, mate. But it's okay. It's okay.
And in my opinion, Liverpool was one of them. And I just saw myself in the best hands in Liverpool. And I was really convinced by the people here, by the idea, and everything what the club offers me. Was really good, and in the end also easy to decide for me. I think the talks with the coach and Richard and everybody was from the start on, from the very first time, was so good, and just kept going like this. With all the time I spoke to one of the club, I felt like this is a place I want to be. And so in the end, I was really 100% convinced I want to join Liverpool, and so that's the best choice.
There you go, people. There you go. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to ignore Liverpool Football Club at this stage, especially when we're at the top, you know what I mean? And he's just telling you that when you're meeting, Liverpool Football Club, and Liverpool played a big part, like if you look at Liverpool, what we did last season, we're forgetting, like Leverkusen played us and we battered them. We played them off the park and he was part of that team. But people forget what we did before that. We let them use that training ground, welcoming Xavi Alonso, the hero of 2005 and all that stuff, supposedly, but forgetting we're trying to, lower their players to Liverpool Football Club at the same time. 2 of them, especially Frimpong and Wirtz. So, showing them around the training pitch, let them train over there, the AXA training ground, and then you go to Bayern Munich and you see Vincent Kompany trying to persuade you for Bayern Munich with that rundown training ground, all that stuff, helped a lot. Michael Edwards was interested in this kid a long time ago when he was a youngster, like in 2020. He already knew the special talent this guy is. So, when you got corporate people that know football around your football club, like Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, they can manipulate things, and that's what they did. Man City didn't do that. Liverpool did that. We let them use our training ground. Show them all the trophies we won. Show them Xavi Alonso, Gerrard, Alisson, Firmino, all those pictures around our training ground. What our football club is all about, and that could have been a major decision for the players to come to Liverpool as well. So you got to play this game, guys. You can't be nice all the time, and that's what we've done. Really impressed. Liverpool did that. Go and look back. If you think I'm wrong, go and look back. Liverpool have let Leverkusen train at the AXA, obviously, training ground. That's what they did, man. That's what they did. Crazy. Absolutely crazy thinking like that. I love it. I really love it, man. When a football, club thinks outside the box and does something like that to lower players in towards you. Show them what your football club is all about. We've got that stadium that's rebuilt. 2 new stands, probably potentially more stands getting built, like the Kenny Dalglish and the Cop End to be even bigger. That's what you're going to be part of in the future. And when players see things like that, state of the art training ground at AXA, goodness gracious me, you must be laughing at everybody, man. Yeah, so that is wicked, absolutely wicked thinking, man. Big up, AK. What are you saying, Fozzy? How are you, Newcastle? I wish I could speak about Newcastle, bro, but I'm not speaking about Newcastle. Give us Isak. That's what I'm asking for. Give me Isak, my brother. Smash the likes, people. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So we're gonna go on. There's Kerkez, obviously, you guys are waiting for, right? Kerkez. From what I've heard, Kerkez has already agreed personal terms. Everything paperwork is already done. It's just unveiling him is the next thing, like Wirtz. I remember I brought you Wirtz and I said, stop panicking. He's coming to Liverpool when everybody in the chat, had their doubts with Wirtz. The same thing's happened with Kerkez. The most important thing with Kerkez, he's a Man United fan that's choosing Liverpool over them and everybody else. You know what I mean? So, and he's going to be playing with his hungry captain, obviously Szoboszlai as well. I know we shouldn't be relying on Salah, whether he scores or not, but we do need more players to step up and score. Ravi, I couldn't agree with you more, my brother. 100,000,000% agree with you. We do need something else down there other than Salah, because, you know, when he gets marked, and, you know, he's not getting any younger, guys. Like, we've got to be realistic. He's getting older. Obviously, still conditioning and physically he's amazing, but we still need outside goals from, you know, everywhere else. Big up, bro. Big up, Mr. Eric. Thank you, bro, for yesterday's message, man. Big up, obviously, John Conway. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Anything I could bring up? Hopefully I said that right. Kerkez, Frimpong for Wirtz, and maybe Guy coming in. You guys need to expect a cup final reach alongside the Prem Trophy retained. If Diaz and Nunes don't leave, it won't be easy. It won't be easy, obviously, if Nunes doesn't leave. I want Nunes to leave so we could get in a striker, you know what I'm saying? But listen, with the players that we have next season, I think we should go for more than one trophy. Let's put it that way. I think Premier League, Champions League, that's the most important ones. And if we could get an extra trophy on top of that to make it the treble, like a FA Cup, nobody can speak to us anymore. You know what I mean? Because apparently us doing the Champions League, the League, and the League Cup is not the treble. It's not the original treble. So you need the FA Cup to make it the original treble. You know, other people talk about this all the time. But yeah, Nunes has to go, bro. I don't know about Diaz. I think I've forgiven Diaz. He can stay, in my opinion, but Nunes has to be off ski. He needs to leave Liverpool Football Club. Let me just put it that way, bro. Big up, Steve. My brother Steve's in the house. Yes, let's go, champ. Always, bro. Always and forever with you, bro. Get me Isak, Alvarez, Plan B, Osimhen, or Vlahovic. Oh, man. Vlahovic and Osimhen? No, bro. Get someone else, man. So as you can see from from Fabrizio Romano, more on obviously Kerkez, understanding Liverpool plans for Hungarian left back to travel to Merseyside on Tuesday next week. The deal has been verbally agreed for weeks, never in doubt, and now all documents are also approved. There you go, people. I told you about Kerkez, I told you about Wirtz, and I told you about Frimpong. We don't need to panic. We're back, baby. We're back on our perch, and nobody can take that away from us. Let me just put it that way. So with the Kerkez, the story is Bournemouth valued him with 45 million. 45 million pounds, yeah? But Liverpool have cut it down to 40 million. 22 as well, young player, first team player for his country as well as obviously the football club. So we're going to get him for 40 million, so cut down from 5 million. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad at all. So I like that. I love Kerkez. I love everything about him as a left back. It reminds me of Andy Robertson, but younger, more aggressive, loves to defend as well. So we're replacing like for like. That's what I'm trying to say. We're replacing like for like. We're keeping up the tradition of left backs similar to the previous left back, like Ray Kennedy, Steve Staunton, Gary Ablett. You know what I mean? Things like that. If people remember them back in the day, and David Burrows. There you go, people. I'm talking about names people know about. Stick Inga Bjornaby, Jonathan Risa, and etc. Liverpool have reached an agreement. This is from Transfer News Live. Liverpool have reached an agreement with Bournemouth for around 40 million for the signing of Milos Kerkez, a medical next week, a 5-year deal. So everybody that we were getting is with a smile like this and a 5-year deal, baby. 5-year deal. I'm so happy for that. Let's just stop saying baby, man. It's too much. It's weird. Let me just put it down. Let's see what Musa is saying. Musa is saying, I think Wirtz can unlock forward players like Jota, Diaz. If no one leaves, so no one leaves, Nunes and the likes of, keeping in mind his linkage with Frimpong at Leverkusen. Let me make sense out of that. It's all over the place here. No, if Nunes leaves, like, oh, you mean like, so if Nunes stays and he's gonna have a link up with Frimpong and players like that, I don't think Nunes is staying, bro. I think Nunes is leaving. Let me just put it out there. Big up Lee Wizkid, bro. Big up my brother. I think, yeah, he's gone. Nunes, no matter what, Nunes is gone, bro. So he's not gonna stay at Liverpool Football Club. Let's be honest there. About Google says Darwin plus 20 million Osman deal. Nah, I wouldn't. I'm not an Osman fan. I'm sorry, guys. I'm being serious. Like, I want something more, it's established. I want something more Premier League proven that's, played in the Premier League before, like, Alvarez, Isak. That's what we need. Players that know how to play in the Premier League. So we don't have to take time like Nunes as well. If Nunes played in the Premier League and scored the same amount of goals that he scored at Benfica, then who's going to complain? But he hasn't done that. So Premier League is a difficult league. It's a very difficult league. And you need players proven in the Premier League for you to succeed as well. So you could say Haaland, but don't forget, Haaland was born in England. He knows the Premier League. His dad played in the Premier League. So he's got that background already. That's the difference. And Osman, it's not for me, guys. I'm sorry. Like, I know you guys want him there, but I keep hearing this name every time. He ain't for me, man. He ain't for me. Chiesa, Jota, Gomez, two good players to let leave LFC. Chiesa, I feel sorry for him. You know what I mean? I thought he could have made that Liverpool all across that line, in the front line. He could play in the left as well, and he could have been an established Liverpool player, probably playing in the left as well. But unfortunately, he just didn't get the opportunity, and it looks like the manager doesn't really fancy him that much either as a player. So, pause. So I'm seeing him leaving, to be fair. With Jota, for years I've been saying it's time to let him go, because he hasn't brought with Jota hasn't brought us anything different, because we got rid of Shaqiri and obviously Divock Origi for him to come in and show his ability as a footballer. But the guy gets injured for someone just touching him like this with the one finger on the back. So what's the point? You're another Daniel Agger. You're Daniel Sturridge. You know what I mean? So anyone that touches you, you're injured. It's not even injuries that relate. Sorry, it's not even injuries that eventually become operational. And like, what I mean is, like, he gets injuries that doesn't lead to operations. I mean, it's just impact injuries. He takes off about a month, then comes back. I don't want a player like that. I want a player that's fully committed, that's going to be at a football club, no matter what. And you saw him last season. The goals have dried up. The direct play that he does have dried up. I mean, he's in and out of the team last season. Didn't contribute much on the pitch. So let's get players that can do that. Let's get players that can, when they come off the bench, can get us the winning goals like we used to have with Origis and all that stuff. They might not be the most talented, but they contributed somewhere, somehow. When the players got injured, they came in against Barcelona, and obviously this beat Barcelona by 4 goals to 0. And who scored 2 goals? Origi. There you go. That's what we need. With Jota, yeah, it's time to let him go, man. He's overstayed at Liverpool, in my opinion. Gomez is just injury prone, unfortunately. The poor guy is one of the best people in the world as a human being, but he's just injured every single time. It's getting tiring, man. It's getting tiring with him. So he wants to stay, but Liverpool might not want you to stay. That's another thing. Hughes making plans to sell Deadwood, i.e. Gomez, Robbo, Simicaz, Elliot, Nunes, Chiesa. Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, 100%, bro. It's time to do that, innit? It's time to, get investments for these players and get the investment back into the club so we could get other players that's going to be helping out the main players on the pitch. That's it. Simple as that. Guys, obviously, I've got to go work in an hour or so. So I brought whatever you wanted. I talked about Isak. I talked about Kerkez, Gehi. Let me just show you. There's something about Gehi from this youngster winner, T-Ship Pama. I don't know how to say his name, but that kid that's become a reporter nowadays. So he's saying Liverpool have finally approached Crystal Palace for. Let me read that again. Liverpool have finally approached Crystal Palace for 24-year-old Mark Gahey. The England centre-back has a price tag around 45 million euros. LFC see him as a key target to reinforce their defense this summer. Talks are progressing as the Reds push to beat rivals to his signature. So 45 million euros, you cut that down, I'm supposing is about 37 million probably in pounds. So listen, guys. Oh, it could be 40 million, something like that. This guy was quoted around 60 to 70 million not so long ago. When Newcastle tried to buy him, they couldn't get him. So now he's got 1 year left in his contract. The price will come down dramatically, and this is where Liverpool are trying to pounce to get him. As I said earlier, I don't think Liverpool will let go of a centre-back unless they have someone in place to replace that centre-back. Because we're short of centre-backs now. Kwanzaa is gone. He was the third choice centre-back. Gomez is hardly fit. If Gomez is fit, he'd probably be the third choice, but he's hardly fit. Konate hasn't signed a contract. So we desperately need someone to come in. I honestly think we need two centre-backs, not just one. Two centre-backs that we need. So that's another thing as well. Yeah, but yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. So let me just go. The first deal is FSG way of I can't say that, but yeah, the frustration of not getting Caicedo over the line. No way Newcastle get the 100 million for Isak. Ekitike is cheaper, but a risk. There you go. I think that's something they've been saving for a long time, my friend. If you know what I mean. They haven't spent money in the last 5 years. You know what I mean? Since before the pandemic. That's the last time we actually spent money. I think Jota, Simicaz, and Thiago properly. You could say with Soboslai, McAllister, the Endo, and Gravenberch, we spent a lot of money that summer. But you're forgetting we sold a lot of players. So all those players we sold that summer, invested in those players coming in. That was the difference. But now we haven't sold anyone apart from Kaleha and Kwanzaa, I suppose. But the money we spent is still, over the incomings, if you know what I mean. So listen, FSG are doing something they're supposed to do 5 years ago. Let me just put it. The pandemic stopped a lot of stuff for Liverpool to progress. That was the issue. What are you saying, Steve? Gahey signing would be great. He can rotate with Van Dijk, Konate without weakening the defense. He's a captain and homegrown. There you go, bro. You just hit the nail on the head, my brother. So hit the nail on the head. Hit the nail on the head, my brother. Weira says, you guys let VVD replacement go to Madrid. Huijsen. I don't know if he was going to be a VVD replacement. I don't think he is, bro. I don't think he's got the capabilities of replacing Van Dijk at all. He hasn't got the pace. He hasn't got the power. He's all right. He could probably eventually get there one day. That's what I could give him. But other than that, like he was never going to be Van Dijk's replacement. Nah, Huijsen. Good luck to him at Real Madrid. I mean, good luck to him. If he chose that life over Liverpool, good luck to him. Let me just put it that way. Look at Trent already, man. People haven't got Trent at Madrid already. There's only been one game, and they already want him out the door. I could have told you a long time ago Trent can't defend. You didn't want to listen. There you go. What's he says? If Konate don't sign, new deal next month, sell him for 50 million to PSG, Bayern, Real Madrid. Yeah. We need money coming in, bro. He can't be saying he doesn't want to sign a contract and we go over the transfer window and we go into a season with him being at our football club. And then we wait January and trying to sell him that no. It's got to be done this summer. If he doesn't sign a contract this summer, sell him this summer. That's what I say. If Konate leaves, bring me Gahey, Diamande, and Lukeba. I like Lukeba. I don't know the gentleman in the middle that you just put. Diamande, I don't know him at all. But Lukeba, I've seen. He's good. He's young. He's powerful. He's got a left foot on him. But he's injury prone, bro. Can he escape injuries in a season? That's the question. I don't want to let go of injury prone and then bring in another injury prone. If you know what I mean? We need someone that's going to be, staying in the first team for a long time. If you know what I'm saying? So, like Van Dijk, someone that's consistently available. Hamza is a plastic fan that supports manufactured club. Yeah. I know Hamza, bro. He used to support Arsenal before. Why is Kerkez deal taking so long? Relax, Musa, man. We will get the player. He's already done. Relax, bro. Relax, man. I can't believe you guys. You said the same thing about Wirtz. You said the same thing about Frimpong. They're already here. I told you, relax. The guy's on holiday. He has to come back and do the medical. Let them have their holiday. Let them have their break so they could be ready for the preseason, bro. Who are the other two? LOL. I don't know if you're speaking to me, MK, but big up, bro, for coming on. 16. Are we 16 away from 50? I don't know, bro. I hope we get the 50. You know what I mean? That's all I ask for at the end of the day. 50 likes helps me out. If you don't like my channel, it's fine. If you're passing through, just hit the like button. That's all you have to do, man. That's all you have to do. Don't make it awkward, man. Big up Lewis kid. Big up, bro. Clive's in the house. I think if we get a defender and a striker, that's all we need, bro. That's all we need. I think we'll be putting our feet up, leaning back, fall off the chair. That's what we're gonna do, bro. That's what we'll be unstoppable. I agree with you, my brother, Clive. Yes, bro. Yes. About the Google. What are you saying? He signs Chiesa loan, sell Nunez plus 24 million. Osman. Oh, man. You love Osman so much, bro. I don't think he's the one, bro. I really don't. Whisket says Kerkez is that ego. I reckon he'd have paid the transfer fee himself. I love the way he said, his family said there's a lot of clubs that was chasing him and Liverpool was the only one, and they will follow Richard Hughes to India. That's what they said. We will follow Richard Hughes to India if we have to. That's how much we love Richard Hughes as well. So Richard Hughes has no pull, I've heard. Yeah, remember this, people? Richard Hughes has got no pull. Very awkward. He's got this. He's got bombs. He's got it. Yeah, so guys, I'm just going to go to the comments and I'm going. Let's see what Steve is saying about Osman. Osman, one of the best strikers in Europe. Yeah, but not for me, man. We need a Liverpool striker that could do the business for Liverpool Football Club. Not, what everybody else is saying. I'll watch Osman. I've seen him. He's not the type of striker Liverpool need. Let me just put it that way. I like Jota, but at this stage, I think he would miss 6 weeks from. Yes, there you go. Tickled ribs. Yeah, tickled ribs. 100%, bro. Tickled ribs. Yeah, just tickle him. That kind of one. Yeah, he's an idiot, mate. I've had enough. Let him go and play PlayStation, man. I've got no time for people like that, man. 13 away from 50. Oh, thank you very much, sir. So we're 10 away right now. If we get 10 more, I gratefully appreciate you guys. Appreciate that, Scottish Bear. Fozzie, what formation do you think we play in the tight away games? So the problems that we have in a season it's not away games anymore, Rafi. If you look at last season, our strongest games was away from home. We was more struggling with the home games last season because teams came and deep line defend. We couldn't open them up, so we got a few draws and I think one loss against Nottingham Forest at home. So away games last season, I think we won majority of them. But if you're talking about what formation are we going to go with, I think it's going to be more 4-3-3 than 4-2-1-3. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be 4-3-3. Make it more tighter, obviously in the middle, and keep the ball better. That's the problem we had with away games last season. Obviously, we struggled against Southampton away. Obviously, we won that game, but we struggled with their possession keeping and attacking us through the middle. So if we could sort that middle area out, which will be 4-3-3, I think we'll dominate the games more. And as I said to you, there's a full preseason for these new players as well as the old players this summer, which we didn't have last summer. So when we get everything together, we're going to do these formations with them in the training ground. Of course, behind closed doors, we're not going to give our secrets away. We're never going to do that, man. It's too awkward to do that. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to, implement formations for the football team. And then the head coach is going to drum it into them to, take it into the pitch next season. So we'll be better. away from home and at home next season. I honestly think that those difficult games ain't going to be difficult anymore. It's more about being champions and being more dominant next season. And that's what I'm looking forward to, my brother. Don't expect the same every season. There's always a change along the way, if you know what I mean. Guys, I love to stay for another 5 hours, but would you guys swap Elliot for Margate? Hell yes, man. What? Of course. Foz, who is the number 2 under slot? What can he do to improve the team? Are you talking about Van Bronckhorst? He managed, obviously, Glasgow Rangers. Did he win the league? I think. Let me just check. Let me check. If you're talking about Van Bronckhorst, that's incoming. Yeah. Van Bronckhorst. Giovanni. Gio, they call him. Yeah. He used to play for Arsenal. He used to play for Barcelona as well. So honors as a manager. Let me tell you what he won, and then I could discuss it further. Honors as a manager. So let me share it with you. This is what he did as a manager, yeah, guys. Van Bronckhorst. He hasn't got a job now, but he has managed Feyenoord and Glasgow Rangers, I suppose. So, yeah. So this is him as a player. Let's go as a manager. So this is the clubs he played for. Feyenoord. He played for Rangers, Glasgow Rangers, that is in Scotland. And he played for Arsenal. Obviously, he's won the Premier League with Arsenal as well in 2022. So 2002. 2022, really. And the Community Shield or whatever it is, he came runner-up. He's won all that with Barcelona. He won the Champions League with Barcelona as a player, Netherlands, runner-up. So as a manager, he's won the Eredivisie in 2016-17 season. In Rangers, he's won the Scottish Cup, and he was in the Europa League final. So, yeah, Europa League final in 2021-2022. And he's won the Super Cup with Besiktas. There you go, people. So he has managed a club before. So he's got that background of, as a manager. I've never seen him as a head coach, so we have to wait and see. The guy's got experience in winning, you know what I mean? So we got rid of, Heitinga has gone to Ajax, as we already know. So we're bringing a different coach, different style, more possession-based. Van Bronckhorst, I suppose, is more possession-based manager in his previous clubs. So he's going to bring that to Liverpool Football Club. So it's complementing Arne Slot and the coaching staff around them. So the quality from last season will slightly go up in the coaching department as well as on the pitch as well. So if we got both of that, world dominance, man. I'm with you, people who said that to me. World dominance. It's going to happen, man. So he's more position keeping, more aggressive. He likes his team aggressive, being aggressive as well. And, he's a set piece specialist back in the day when he used to play football as well. So he's going to bring a lot of stuff for Liverpool. So Heitinga was there. Van Bronckhorst should be up there as a manager as well. So we're going to get a quality, obviously, number 2. So listen, the more you rotate coaches, the more it refreshes the squad, the more ideas that you have to win more games, and more trophies. If you do the same thing again and again and again, it gets boring. It's like what Trent said when he came back, obviously, last season after his break, after international football. He said, normally I know what I'm doing in preseason and when I'm going to the season, because they get the same coaching stuff season in and season out from Jurgen Klopp and obviously Pep Linders. But when he came in with Arne Slot, it was a different kind of coaching, and he's very hands-on, Arne Slot, with his coaching staff as well. And this is what I'm looking forward to. We're going to play total football next season, total Dutch football. Let me just put it that way, people. And, those who know about that, you know how good we're going to be. Total Dutch football next season. So I'm looking forward to that. They couldn't do it last season because of, the lack of preseason, obviously, with the players. And the lack of depth as well. But yeah, guys, that's me, man. Appreciate everybody that's on. Thank you very much. Did we get to it, Mr. Scottish Bear? 6 away. 6 likes away from 50 people. What is going on? I'm going to be like Uncle Rodley. I'm going to get my phone out. What's going on? When he does this. Yeah. I love Uncle Rose, man. He's the best, man. The best. Me, Uncle Rose, and Callum from Coppage did a stream together in Uncle Rose's channel. Go and check that out, guys. It was one of the best we've ever done. Uncle Rose as a host was amazing. Let me just put it that way. Man. I recommend that show to anyone. So we're 6 away from 50. It's okay, guys. If you don't want to do it, it's fine by me. Yeah, but I'm done, guys. Florian Friday, I couldn't do for you, but I did it today. Hopefully, we're gonna hear something in the next couple of days. I could be back tomorrow doing this for you again. Just subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 3,000 and subscribers, of course. And just put the likes up. And if you want to speak to me, if I'm not on the obviously on the channel, go down below and comment down there. And I always respond to people. You could ask everybody on here. I always respond to you guys. So if you want to chat about anything Liverpool, I'm your guy. So yeah, take care, everybody. 6 away. God damn. Let me see if we got to there. Let me see. I'm gonna be never gonna get there. But it's okay, guys. Take care, everybody. Take care.